Hello there, this is Teacher Wayne and I'm continuing my Unity 2018 series on my zombie survival game. So far I've been looking at the weapon system and this is part 3, and now we're going to finally get it so we can actually inflict some damage on the zombie. So quick recap, we got the hit marker working in the last video, so you should have this sort of effect with the hit marker. You can see what you're hitting, and the hit marker goes after a certain period of time. Cool. Now obviously the zombie's not taking damage. Now we're going to have lots of, in our game we're going to have lots and lots of zombies appearing, so we need a way of not all the zombies simultaneously taking damage, just the one you're actually hitting, and the clue is in the code. If we look here, we have this bit here. Now this is saying hit info is what we've actually hit with our Raycos. That's what we actually want to hurt. We don't want to hurt anything other than that. So this is where we do a bit of clever coding. Now if you notice here, I've took out the line that this is what we had before, was debug hit transform name. We're not, like I said, we don't want to we want to actually hurt this. We want to be identifying a zombie tag, because they're all going to have different names: zombie 1, zombie 2, zombie 3, and so on, depending how we've got. And we want to make sure that we're only hurting a zombie when we're shooting it. So what we want to do is we're going to add a further if here, and it's going to be if this bit here, I'll put a little bit in, if that is equal to, and it's zombie. Now we'll just check here how I spelt my word zombie, and I've actually called lowercase zombie because I'm going by the tag name. So I just want zombie. So if we hit the zombie, then something magical happens. So let me just literally copy and paste that up there. So there, that just confirms it. I don't need that line, get rid of it. I'm going to still, whatever we hit, it doesn't have to be the zombie. From me code around. Let's get rid of this here. So I'm just clearing it. I'm just clearing my code up. So I'm just clearing all my code up. Yeah, so now I'll explain what I'm doing. So here, damage, we're going to damage the zombie we hit. This is very important because we don't want to damage a zombie we're not hitting. We also don't want to damage all the zombies simultaneously. So this is where we have to do some fairly interesting and sophisticated coding. I'm going to do my best to explain it to you, but you may just have to literally try to figure it out as you go along. Now before, remember at the top here, we've done stuff like serialized field. Now I could do it like serialized field, and I could point it, and I could point it to the prefab. What do you think would happen if I pointed that, and I used that there, and I disconnected the prefabs? I'll tell you what happens. All the zombies will get hit every time I code up the coded up, because all of them are linked together, so all of them will simultaneously take damage. And we could try to, it gets complicated, so one of the solutions I came up with, and I figured it out myself, is we're going to create a temporary variable that just points to whatever the zombie we've hit, and that zombie just takes damage. So we could hit one zombie, it takes some damage, we hit another zombie, it takes some damage, and so on and so forth. So we're going to create a temporary variable, and creating temporary variables is quite simple really. You just literally type in what you want to call it. I'm going to keep all mine lowercase because my zombie code is called zombie uppercase. So I want to keep this lowercase so it's seen as a separate temporary variable. Oh, actually, sorry, I take it all back. We need to reference the actual code. We're going to access the zombie. That's the script we're going to access there. We're going to do something with it, but only the one that it's attached to. I'm going to call it zom. That's the temporary variable. Is going to be called zom. It's going to be equal to What's it going to be equal to? It's going to be this business here. But it's not going to be the tag, it's going to be the name. The reason we're doing the name here, well, it's actually hit info dot transform, because that's what we're actually hitting, the transform. We're going to hit that one, but we're not going to hit the transform. What we're going to hit is going to be the game object. This is where it gets complicated. We're hitting the game object and we're trying to get a component, and guess what we're going to get the component? The zombie. And we're going to get, you know, when I think about this, it doesn't make a vast amount of sense to me, but oh, hang on, because we want to create a little variable there. It doesn't sort of make sense when you think about it. Well, let me explain this the best I can. We create a temporary variable called called zom, that links to zombie, the zombie script, and that zombie script is tied to this here, is the whatever we've hit, which is linked to the transform. Remember the transform there, which is the game object, and we're getting component of the zombie, so we're getting access to this script here, but only the script of the one that we hit in the hit info. This is the key bit, and this is why we have to do it in this fairly convoluted way. And then we're going to be calling a function, and I've actually created a function in zombie, but we're going to create one called zombie hurt. So we're actually going to hurt that zombie. Nope. Bounce there. So we're going to create a little function, and obviously again this error message saying, what function? You don't have one called zombie hurt. Yeah, I know we don't have one. So I'm going to create one called zombie hurt in here. Let's just do it straight away. It's going to be public because we want to access it, obviously. Zombie hurt. Oops. So we're going to call this function, and it doesn't look like that, it looks like that. Sorry, my bad. And in zombie hurt, it's going to simply take the health down. I think we've got a variable defined as health already. Where is it? Health there. So that's going to reduce. And we're just going to reduce it by 1. So you hit the zombie, it takes 1 point of damage. Really quite straightforward. Zombie hurt is the function we're calling. I'll just check, and zombie hurt, we're calling it there. So every time we hit it, it takes a point of damage. Now we already have in the zombie script, I think we have a script that says here, if the health is less than a dead state, and it will run the animation for dead. That technically won't kill the zombie, it will just do the animation for death and then probably stand back up again, but it'll be interesting to see what happens. Public void. Is that better? You gonna stop complaining? Yeah, you're gonna stop complaining now. I want to see if this works now. I always like to just press play and see what happens. You gonna work? I always get very happy when things just work. So hitting that zombie and nothing is happening. We're hitting the zombie 400 times. So he should have died quite a lot of times. So now if he did die, it should have said debug log is dead. I didn't see debug log is dead once. So what's happening here? Let's see if we can troubleshoot this. So in player here, let's press play again, because I've already got some debugs running. So we're hitting the zombie, press play, hit the zombie 11 times. Somebody should have died. It takes 10 bullets to kill a zombie. So that bit works. So let's put a debug in here. Debug.log. Let's see if I can troubleshoot this with you. I hit this zombie. There's no error message in this, and that all works. Press play. Clear all that junk. I hit this zombie, yeah, so basically she's going through. If that bit works, I hit this zombie. So that bit works, so that bit works, that bit works, so this is all running. Zombie hurt function is running, so this zombie hurt function is running. So you're not doing all. So let me just debug log you out. Debug.log. Zombie hurt function. So we've called this a zombie hurt function now. Interesting. Save that. I've got a feeling I know what it is, but let's just go through it logically. Clear and press fire. Zombie hurt function there, so it's going through the zombie hurt function. That works. So the problem is not the player. This is all working. I don't need to worry about that. I can comment all this out because we know that all works. The problem's here. That is getting cold. It is reducing the health by 1, and it says here if health is less than. It should say this is dead. I never saw it saying it is dead, and that was 88 there. Right, that's very unusual. Why is it doing that? Oh, I know, zombie. Let me just do this. Zombie hurt plus health. We'll see if the health goes down. That's a logical thought. Clear that. Oops. Hit the terrain. Okay. Here. Function minus. Here we are. Minus 10. See the health's going down to minus 42 here. Oh, did you see that? Let me do that again. Something was happening. I just want to press clear of it. I've shot them all repeatedly. And I died. I'm sure that minus 20 here, not minus, so they are decking damage. Can you see there's 2 of them took 36 points of damage there? Look there. 2 of them took 35 because I'm sort of spray firing. 1 took 47. So something is happening. That's interesting, isn't it? So what we want, if we look at this dead state here is, when is that called? There. Let me just see if, does it say is dead? I don't see. I don't see something called dead state being running here. I found it very interesting. Don't see that called up at all. So I do have a dead state, and I think it's run once, but it's not run many times, has it? I'm going to create a little boolean variable here called is dead. So if the zombie's dead, he's dead, and he can't run, he can't walk, can't do anything else apart from be dead. So let's make it a little variable as well. Let's have a look at it. So here we are. Let's take a private variable. Private is Well, I'm going to keep it separate. I like to keep all my variables completely separate. His is it's dead. And it's a bool. Will be good to define what it is first. Bool is dead. Oops. And let's set it to false because we want him to be allowed to begin with. Right. So alright, so is dead is set. We're going to be using that later here. If the health is less than 0, is dead equals true. You only die once, and when you're dead, you're dead. And what we want to do is that we're going to put a little is dead in here. We want and pling, which means not is dead. As long as we are, in fact I'm going to copy and paste that. So as long as we're alive, which is what I'm saying there, you can do all these other things. Even that. Because once you're dead, you're dead. No, in fact I'll leave it there. I don't want that there. It's confuseme.com. The trouble is, that messes this function up a bit because you don't want to go else. You might want it else dead. Because you want all those to be true. And if he's face is dead. That's the only thing that clarifies that one. It's just literally just go straight into that format. I want to see what happens when I press play. This is a bit of an experiment. I like to troubleshoot things. Clear. Just hit one. Why are you still alive? Die! -1. Then it starts doing it. It's doing the death routine there. And it's repeating it. Well, it's sort of working. That's very interesting. This just literally wants to get run once. We don't want it repeating again and again and again. We need a way of doing this so that it just runs once and doesn't keep doing this funny little loop that it does. What we want to do is we want it to die once and then destroy itself would be a good idea. So we're going to introduce a new concept called coroutines and enumerators. So what we're going to do is this is only going to get called once, and then once it's called, that's it. So give me 1 minute when I figure this out. What we want is we're calling the death state here, and we're setting the is dead is true there, so that'll stop all these running as well, because that is set to false by default. So that's true and that's true for that one. So that'll run, and provided we are alive, we can go in an idle state. See, it was actually again stuck in that little funny animation in the dead state, but don't fully understand exactly what was happening. But anyway, let me just let's add these extra bits in that I was talking about. So this dead state here, we want this dead state to happen. We're going to have this concept called coroutines. Now, what a coroutine is it's a routine that you can run, and you can delay the start of it. It can run for as long as you want. It's like allows us to run things out of sync, and almost like a pause as well. We can use them to do pauses. Quite cool bits of kit, these coroutines. So we're going to create a little coroutine, and I'm going to do it here. I'm going to create a function called, we're literally going to start the coroutine. We use this thing called start coroutine. There it is. It's one of the built-in functions in Unity, and we're going to go, we want him to go in his we want him to sort of, he's done his animation, which is what we set in here. We want it to last for a certain amount of time, so he falls backwards nice and gracefully. And then we want the object, the object to die. So start coroutine, and we'll call it, I don't know, dying swan or something. Dying. We're going to call a function called dying swan, where the zombie goes through his dying setup. So we're going to go to actually start this dying swan thing. We're going to use something called enumerator, and there it is. Rator. That's it. And it's going to be called dying swan, because I've just defined it there. We're going to create that little swan. So I know what it's going to do. This is just literally, we're going to have a wait. We want it to wait for a few seconds while we do the animation happen. So we do this yield, what's known as a yield return new, and then this is where we do our wait for seconds, which is that one. And how long do we want to wait for? I think we're just going to have a play about with this. Let's do 1 second for now. We may have to adjust that. And then we want to destroy ourselves, so it's going to be destroy. So we wait for 5 seconds, and then we want to destroy ourselves. So it allows the animation to run, and then it destroys itself. If you destroy yourself first, you never see the animation. So you've got to be give it a second. This dot game object. There you go. I think I spelled destroy wrong. So that'll do that. That will do that. We probably want to have some sort of scoring system, but for now I want to see if this, what difference this is that going to make, if any. Got a few bugs here. Why are you there? Oh, he does a funny little dance. He does it. Funny little dance. And then he does a funny little dance twice, and then he does that. But they're not. They are dying. So this is working. 1 second is it. The die quite slow. We can make that half a second, because that seems to be quite. Let's just fix that first. Don't fully understand. Let me just blast them all. And they're both. The dying is very, very quick, isn't it? So anyway, I'm going to leave it at this bit here, and I'll fix this problem I've got, and hopefully by the next video we'll have some solutions. Anyway, so this is Teacher Wayne calling out. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video when I give you some solutions to this problem. Anyway, thank you and goodbye.